Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm here, and this week we are going to be learning how to draw Beauty and the Beast. Now, the image that we're going to be drawing is this one right here. It's a really beautiful piece of Art Nouveau by an artist, and it's just a wonderful depiction of the classic tale Beauty and the Beast. We've got a brave girl in a golden dress dancing with a gentle beast inside a glowing enchanted castle. Now, if you would like to get a closer look at the original artwork or see another version of this same painting, you can click the link in the description below. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. I've got my B&W photocopied images for you, all to follow along with. Feel free to download those from the link in the description below. You can print them out and follow along with me. If you don't have a printer, you can always just pause the video every few minutes to trace, or you can draw it directly from the screen. Whatever works best for you. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is to draw the basic shapes of the image. So we've got our girl in her flowing dress, and her hair is kind of flowing up and over to the right. We've got the beast holding her hand, and then behind them, we've got the castle wall and some foliage or vines or flowers, whatever you want to draw there. So I'm just going to go ahead and very lightly just put down the shapes of everything. Now, I'm not drawing anything detailed. This is just kind of like the gesture, the image, so you can see the shapes of everything. That's what I want to establish now. Once I've got that, then I'll move on to the next step. Now, as I'm drawing this, I'm thinking about perspective, because when you have something going on in the background like this, you want to make sure that you're still thinking about perspective and overlapping. So you can tell which elements are in the foreground and which ones are in the background. So you can see here the castle wall is actually going behind the beast and the girl. Okay, so now that we've got the shapes, now we can start adding in some details. With the details, I'm going to continue to think about perspective. So I'm looking at the vanishing point. I'm looking at how lines are converging, and I'm also thinking about overlapping, because that's going to help give this a sense of depth. You can see now that these lines are going behind the beast and the girl. The dress has some nice detail work in it, so I'm adding that in. I'm also adding in the fur of the beast. I'm giving the castle wall some nice little pointed details. I'm adding in the windows, and I'm even going to add a couple of stars in the background. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how that's turning out. So let's go ahead and add some light shading now. I'm just going to use some soft pencils for this, and I'm going to start off with the lightest pencil first. I'm just going to start filling in some of the dark areas. Remember, you don't have to fill in every single dark area, just the important ones. The important ones will be the ones that are closer to the vanishing point. Those are the ones that are going to have the most detail, the most value contrast. So I'm adding in the darkest values. I'm adding in some light lines just to give it some nice little detail marks. I'm adding in some subtle patterns on the dress, and then I'm starting to fill in the lighter values as well. Again, I'm thinking about perspective. I'm thinking about where that light source is coming from. I know that the light source is coming from above and to the left. So all of my light lines and my light values will be on the right side of the dress and on the left side of the beast. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Now, the last thing that I'm going to do is to add in some color. Now, you don't have to color this. If you don't want to, you could always leave it black and white. But if you do want to color it, I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to be using colored pencils, but you can use watercolors or acrylics. Whatever medium you like to use, just have fun with it. Go crazy. Look at the original artwork for inspiration. You can use a color wheel. You can do whatever you need to do to make it look nice. So I'm going to start coloring in the dress. I'm going to start with the darkest yellows, and I'm going to work my way up to the lightest whites. I'm adding some nice little design elements in the dress. I'm going to do the same thing with the beast. I'm going to start with the darker browns and work my way up to the lighter creams. I'm going to add some white to give it a nice little glow. I'm going to do the same thing with the castle wall. I'm going to start with the dark purples and work my way up to the lighter creams and yellows, and that's it. That's how I draw Beauty and the Beast. Again, if you would like to get a closer look at the original artwork or see another version of the same painting, you can click the link in the description below. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.